Shalom, shalom, brothers. Brother Kamala Hart here, back at it again. First thing first, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahawashi, Baharakak. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the truth from GMS. Blessings to the Aki, my dear, preaching his word with whole heart, true sincerity. Blessings to the 144,000, 1/3 entirely. The first fruits, kingdom of heaven, has a David up with And shalom to brothers that are speaking different tongues and looking at different nations. Shalom to you, brothers. So today, brothers, I actually want to land back on yesterday. Yesterday was more governed about what the chariots are and who angels are in them and what are these so-called UFOs everybody's seeing. But apparently the narrative that's derived from this is a so-called alien invasion or some type of man-made invasion or however that's going to go about. I have heard of talks that it is there's going to be a potential alien invasion, I guess man-made for whatever reason. Here's the thing about what I'm seeing through prophecy. First things first, before this whole alien invasion, there's going to be a real one. There will be a real so-called alien invasion. And like I said in yesterday's video, an alien by definition just means, matter of fact, we can just go ahead and look it up. And I'm gonna make this video in a specific narrative, and not even in a narrative, just hold on, alien, right? Alien definition, right? This is very important, actually. An alien definition is a belonging to a foreign country or a nation. A foreigner, especially who is not a naturalized citizen of the country where they are living, right? That's what a real alien is. So when you think about what people are saying as far as aliens are real, they are. Like I said yesterday, those UFOs are piloted by angels, and they are the chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. Now there's a narrative of an alien invasion pending. Makes sense. Is that prophecy as well? Yes, it is. The return of Yahawashi, it will be considered an alien invasion. Yes, it will. Now, we also know that it's going to be upon World War III. And we also know that we also got to deal with the microchip, the mark of the beast first, before that comes on the scene too as well. So when it comes to that scenario, we also have to consider that. But as far as a real alien invasion through prophecy, that is true. So what I'm going to get into in this video is the true alien invasion that's coming up very soon, of the return of the man who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, Yahawashi. And I brought out a couple of scriptures yesterday referring to this, to be able to recognize, what these UFOs are. And I could have went to the book of Ezekiel, the first chapter, a little bit more elaborate, but I believe I gave enough through the Spirit. You brothers can read Ezekiel 1, and it'll elaborate with that too, as far as definitely what those orbs of light are, the capabilities, what they can do, how hostile they can really be. And Zechariah, the 5th chapter, and how it explains how they are a curse of the whole earth, and they're going to be, placed on in the thief's house, aka Babylon, and they're going to do very, very highly destructive damage on Babylon in the very near future, along with the return of Yahawashi. So, this so-called alien invasion that's going to be prevalent, that's supposed to be like a up-and-coming, 2025 event. Lord willing, the return of Yahawashi happens in 2025. Lord willing, because Abaratasai, Lord willing, I'm a part of that, that salvational number that us brothers are actually doing these videos on the highways and hedges and actually, doing this work to be, Lord willing, a part of 144,000 1/3 type. But if it doesn't, at the end of the day, though, there can be, man-made ones that can be whatever. But there will be a true event of basically a so-called alien invasion of the return of Yahawashi. You got to remember this one thing. And when Yahawashi comes back, he's not coming back with lollipops and rainbows and silliness. He's very angry. He's very upset for what has been done to him on the cross and all the wickedness that him and the Father have to see on a daily basis. So if you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Seminole Indians are a part of the wickedness in general, and you know this truth, the best you can do is tell the Lord that you're thankful, the water, for the ministry, and repent in order to be passed over of the destruction that's coming very soon, of the return of the so-called alien invasion of Yahawashi, if you're an Israelite. Now, what I want to do is I want to go into Matthew maybe 15 and 34. I'm not sent but the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Matthew 10, and let me see. Okay, so Matthew 10 and 34 is out of Yahawashi's mouth on what he's going to be about when he returns. It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth," right? So when he's coming, he's not coming to send peace. What is he coming to do? I came not to send peace, but a sword, right? So Yahawashi is coming back to make war and be, very, very destructive in this situation. Matter of fact, let me see. Matter of fact, no. I can even go to another one from Isaiah. Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, starting at verse 1. So, who is that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra, that is glorious in his apparel, travailing in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save? Where art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden down the winepress alone, and of the people there are none with me, for I will tread them thy anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is to come. So that aligns up that when he returns again, he's going to have vengeance in his heart. You see that? And he's coming with not peace, but a sword. Now, granted, when he comes, in what fashion is he going to come? So now I'm going to refer back to a couple of scriptures from yesterday to now go into the return of Yahawashi and the manner how it's going to go. We're all hearing these alien invasion and these drones and UFOs and things of that nature, right? This is what I'm seeing right now. Have I ever seen so-called UFOs or the chariots of the Most High? Yes, I have. I have seen them with my own eyes. The brothers around me that I'm affiliated with also have seen them alongside with me to be a second witness to seeing them. Okay. Now, when it comes to the return of Yahawashi, he's coming with all the armies of the heavens, which are the angels, right? So, with that being said, when he's coming, they're going to come with great power and glory. Matter of fact, what is that? Another Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47, starting at the top. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones, grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So he's coming back, not as a fleshly man, but he's coming back not as a man and in the more celestial form to really do damage out here. That's why I wanted to go back into the land back of 2 Thessalonians 1 and back into 7. It says, so that it said, and you who are troubled, rest with us, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Semitic Indians that are sighing and crying on the abominations, as far as the abominations that are done in the midst of, is doing its work and it's going through it, right? And it says, and to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahawashi shall be revealed from heaven with the mighty angels. Now, this is what I wanted to say. Now, I just read that he's going to return again with the mighty angels. Now, they're talking about it's going to be an alien invasion. Yeah, there is. There will be a crazy looking one in the near future when the returning Yahawashi comes. Here's the thing. This is what I would see right now. Do I believe there will be a narrative or some type of, fake situation going on in general? Well, yeah, that's also very highly so. But here's the thing. Esau, right, what they're doing is they're pretty much, they got these drones out there, right? And it's very easy to see because if you got the spirit and you can also put 2 and 2 together, you can understand why there's highly drone sightings. But alongside the sightings, you're seeing these heavenly orbs of light videos up there. So you got drones that are man-made, and then you got orbs of light. Now, I showed a video yesterday with this one brother in the military. Do I believe him? Yes, I do. The brother's talking about that the army is sending up all those man-made drones. Well, that makes sense because what they're trying to do is they're obviously trying to blend in the drones with all the sightings of the orbs of light to hide the fact that the orbs of light are there. And that's very, very much so not common and not normal, right? It's not normal at all. So in order to, bring down the mindset and the sightings of man, or whatever, right? To pretty much like dumb down what was really up there. They're sending drones up there to kind of pretty much like blend in and make it seem like it's just drones, right? But then also another thing, these so-called, well, to the people's eye, these aliens or these orbs of light are also shooting down these drones. That's another factor that's really being seen. It's like, okay, well, what do you say about that one? Okay. 2 Thessalonians 1 and 7, into you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahawashi shall be revealed from heaven with the mighty angels, in flame of fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahawashi. You see that? When shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. You see that? When Yahawashi comes back, he's going to come with the mighty angels, and what is it going to be considered when he comes and with the mighty angels? An alien invasion. Is it going to be, should we got other prophecies on the scene? So, I will say, Lord willing, to be faster than normal, but we still got to deal with the chip and Jacob trouble. So we'll see how this fits in there, but it's very, very what you would call tasteful and very pleasing to the ear and eye to see what's going on, how the Lord is exposing himself in Yahawashi on these chariots, because let these chariot sightings be very normal, because when Yahawashi come back, they're going to get really busy and very hostile. Back to Revelations 12. It says, and there was war in heaven, starting 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought in his angels. And that's talking about Michael and Yahawashi, Michael, the angels, and those angels, and also the dragon, talking about the angels of this world, and the fighter jets and all the armies and things of that nature. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. Right? So now I'm going to get into second address 13 to more elaborate with that one. But there's going to be a war in heaven. It's going to be an alien invasion. It's going to be World War III first. And it's going to be an alien invasion where Yahawashi is going to come up with the angels. And it's going to be the armies of the earth, and they're going to come toe to toe versus. And then Yahawashi is going to make a move and get them out of here on one wop. Straight like that. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I brought up a couple of these precepts already. I'm gonna go into the nitty gritty. I'm gonna go slam dunk this thing with 2nd Esdras 13 to land back off of that, and we're gonna go into the actual real up and coming return of Yahawashi himself and how it's going to be what Esdras saw. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that was it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. So that's how you know Yahawashi is going to come from the sky and is going to block out the seas. The power is going to be so crazy. But what does it say? Remember in 2 Thessalonians, it said he's going to come with all his mighty angels, right? Here it says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. So he's coming. Yahawashi is coming with a whole army of angels with him, right? 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the 4 winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And that's all the armies of the earth that now when Yahawashi comes down on earth and make his presence known, the whole armies of the earth is going to stop what they're going to do, and they're going to go and form an armada themselves versus Yahawashi. This will be considered what you would call the alien invasion. Now, then it says, I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. So Yahawashi came out with a huge fathership, and then he flew up on top of it. But here's the thing. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. This damn fathership was so damn big that when you stood under it, you couldn't tell where it began or ended. As how big it was. It damn near blocked out the sun, obviously, and it was so huge that it was miles and miles long, north, south, east, and west. It covered the entire sky. And now you can understand where it comes in that all eyes shall see him, right? Or the day of Yahawashi, or the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. It just makes sense. Then it says, and after this, and beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fright. So even though they came as a great army, they still came together and still went against the fight Yahawashi and the armada of angels. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Some laser beam technology that we don't understand. And they were all mixed together, a blast of fire, a flaming breath, the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of a numerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So then there was the whole armies of the world came together to go versus with Yahawashi in this alien invasion. And the Lord basically said fire at will, or he did whatever he did. He ain't even shoot out nothing. He ain't lift an arm. He ain't swung no sword. He shot out some crazy technology, laser beam shit, whatever the fire and tempest was, and destroyed an entire worldly army on one shot kill. Yo, that is insane. You have to understand that when you read this, you have to understand that you can get it, that it says, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. This alien invasion of Yahawashi is going to be nothing funny, and it's not going to be very good looking at all. It's going to be very interesting, unfathomable to the brain or how it's going to look, but Yahawashi's return is going to be very deadly, very destructive, and it will be an alien invasion in general. And according to the scriptures and prophecy, it will happen. We just don't know how soon. 2025, Lord willing. But at the same time, there needs to be World War III, Jacob's Trouble, and also a Mark of the Beast RFID chip. But I had to bring up the return of Yahawashi because there will be a so-called alien invasion. Abaratazah is edifying to you, brothers, Lord willing. We give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Baharakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the truth from GMS. Blessings to the Akimadir preaching his word, with wholehearted sincerity. Blessed to the 144,000, 1/3 entirely, the first fruits kingdom of heaven. The house of David, the Biaf Dawadah. And Shalom to you brothers out there speaking different tongues, looking different nations. And Shalom to you brothers out there doing your thing. Shalom.